there, clean and reflect with me in today's video. It's fall again, that time when everything around us starts to shift. The air cools, the light turns golden, and somehow it feels like the world is gently reminding us to slow down, to take a breath, to come back home to ourselves. Every season has its own energy, its own rhythm. And fall always feels like the in-between. Not quite an ending, yet. Not quite an ending, not yet a beginning. A time to pause, to tidy, to release, and quietly prepare for what's next. So, as we clean today, fold, dust, rearrange, let's make space, not just in our homes, but in our hearts. Let's clear out what's heavy so we can carry what matters into our new year ahead. There is something so therapeutic about cleaning in fall. The world outside is changing, and it makes you want to change too. Not in a dramatic way, but gently, to realign, to return to the things you feel like you. Cleaning always reminds me that transformation doesn't have to be loud. It can be quiet, steady, and still powerful. Because it's not really about perfection, it's about peace. When you wipe a surface clean, when you open a window for fresh air, you're not just resetting your home, you're resetting your energy. You're telling the universe, I'm ready for what's next. You know, the more I think about it, the more I realize that fall isn't about loss. It's about preparation. The trees aren't giving up when they let their leaves fall. They're making room. They're protecting their energy for what's coming next. And maybe we're meant to do the same. Release what's no longer needed so we can grow stronger when the time comes. Sometimes that release looks like cleaning out old things. Sometimes it's letting go of old thoughts. And sometimes it's just allowing yourself to rest without guilt. We live in a world that glorifies doing, but fall whispers a different message. That it's okay to be. That even stillness has purpose. While I clean, I like to think about the months behind me. Everything that's changed, everything that stayed the same. There were moments that made sense and others that didn't. But somehow, we're still here, we're still learning, still growing. And maybe that's worth celebrating. That quiet resilience it takes just to keep showing up. Take a breath with me. This season isn't about perfection. It's about presence. It's about noticing the light on your wall, the calm in your chest, the smell of something warm in the kitchen. Small moments that remind you, you are alive, you are here, and that's enough. Sometimes I like to stop midway through cleaning, just for a few minutes, to stop, to sit, sip something warm, eat, and just be still. To remember that the quiet in between, is part of the process too. Because life isn't just about chasing goals, it's about experiencing it, feeling it, the soft pauses, the small joys, the calm before what's next. And what's next? That's the exciting part, isn't it? The unknown, the new chapter waiting around the corner. Fall always feels like it's holding the hand of a new year. You can almost feel it. That pull towards new beginnings, new energy, new dreams. So maybe while we clean, we can start thinking about what we want to carry into that next season. Not resolutions, not pressure, just intentions. Who do you want to be in the next chapter? What kind of peace do you want to feel? What kind of spaces do you want to create, both around you and within you? Every year teaches us something, even if it's quiet. Maybe this year taught you how strong you are. Maybe it taught you how to slow down. Maybe it reminded you that joy doesn't have to be loud. It can live in simple things, the morning lights, a meal, a laugh with someone you love. The end of the year always brings perspective. We start to realize what really matters, what we actually want to carry forward, and sometimes we realize it's less than we thought. We don't need to hold on to everything. As the year winds down, I think about how easy it is to measure ourselves by what we haven't done yet. But what if we started measuring our lives by peace instead? By the moments we were present? By how much we've learned to trust ourselves? By how often we showed up, even when it wasn't perfect? That's success too. Fall reminds me that every ending carries a seed of beginning. The trees don't panic when their leaves fall. They trust the process, and maybe we can too. If this season feels uncertain, or even a little bittersweet, try to hold on to hope. You don't have to know what's next. You just have to believe there is a next, a brighter, softer, more aligned chapter waiting for you. Sometimes I think of fall as a bridge, connecting who we were with who we are becoming. And the crossing isn't always easy, but it's always worth it. Because each step forward, decision to keep showing up, keep believing, keep cleaning, keep growing. That's how you build a life that feels like you. So, as this space becomes lighter, maybe let yourself feel that shift inside too. The clearing, the peace, the readiness for something new. Life will keep changing, that's certain, but so will you. You will keep evolving, keep surprising yourself, keep finding new reasons to smile. And isn't that the best part? That you're never really done becoming. You're always unfolding, like the seasons. By the time the day ends, the light outside fades into something golden and calm. You've worked, cleaned, maybe paused for a bit of food, maybe laughed to yourself, maybe just felt quiet pride in the small things. And in that moment, right there, that's contentment, that's peace. You did enough, you are enough. So as we close out this day and slowly move towards a new year, I hope you hold on to your truth. That life doesn't have to be perfect to be beautiful. That the small, ordinary moments are what make it meaningful. Here's to fresh starts, to seasons that teach us and soften us, to homes that feel calm and hearts that feel full. May this fall remind you that you can always begin again, no matter how the year started, no matter what came before. You still have time to realign, to dream, to grow, to choose peace. The fears that once felt huge quietly fade away. That's what steady change does. It transforms you without asking for permission. I'm thinking less about finishing strong and more about finishing soft. Ending the year lighter, clearer, open for what's next. Because the truth is, next year doesn't start in January. It starts inside you the moment you decide to believe again. Believe that your next chapter can be gentler. Believe that you can love your life as it is while still reaching for more. Believe that what you've learned this year will carry you beautifully into the next. When the house is finally clean and quiet, I always notice the same thing, the stillness. The stillness feels full, not empty. That's how I know I've made space for new habits, new joy, new peace. Fall is proof that release can be beautiful, that endings can grow. And if we can learn to let life shift with that kind of grace, then every change, every season becomes a doorway. Change isn't the end of anything, it's the beginning of everything. Thank you for being here with me, for cleaning, reflecting, and simply sharing this quiet, hopeful space. Here's to a gentle ending and an even brighter beginning.